Welcome back, you guys. Welcome. I'm excited. You know, it's a couple of seconds to 7 p.m. And, I have Mr. Dabouze, Antoine, Councilman. Let me say it right, you guys. Okay? Councilman Dabouze, Antoine. All right? So I'm about to bring him on in. Sir, are you there?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
My hope is that they could hear you loud and clear.
Sister, how you doing? Juliet?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so we can hear
How
you.
you doing, my sister?
I am fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming
All
on
is well?
Visionary Talk Radio. I had a great meeting with him today, y'all, and I'm excited to have the councilman on. Can you send a shout to our listeners, sir?
Hello?
Yes. All right. So your background is we're getting a little bit of feedback, but I just welcomed you. You guys, Councilman Dabouze. You want to send a shout to our listeners on Visionary, sir, before we jam in?
Oh, definitely. First and foremost, I want to tell all the listeners that are listening right now, God is always good. I want to thank the listeners because I know that you don't have to be on the radio listening at this time, but always know that whenever you hear truth is where you're supposed to be listening. So wherever you listen, like whatever you're listening to, whatever you're reading to, you always want to hear the truth. So shout out to the true listeners that are all across the state, all across the world, and shout out to the ones that are that went through the storm, Hurricane Irma.
Yes.
Know that you are in my prayers.
Wow, that was awesome, you guys. Because one thing, you always want to put the Lord first. Sir, I know re-election is coming back up. All right, I just want to jam right on in. Can you hear me loud and clear? We're hearing a lot of feedback. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, maybe because of the connection that's around here. Because I'm here where the storm hit.
Right.
Yeah, so there might be some bad connections.
We're gonna continue on. I mean, if you can, we'll continue on. We'll continue. Not an issue at all. But again, welcome to the program. And I wanted to talk to you about election coming up. There's a whole lot going on in the political arena, and we spoke briefly today, but I wanted you to talk a little bit about re-election coming up.
Yes, definitely. For all those that are listening, I just want to let everybody know that I serve as the first Haitian American in the state of Georgia to be elected in the state of Georgia, and I'm also the first black city councilman in Forest Park. Now, I want to encourage those that are listening because that's not a good thing. Because Forest Park was founded in 1908. It shouldn't take 2018 for a black man to be elected. So what I encourage people is to what Harriet Tubman said. Harriet Tubman said this, sister. She said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more only if the people knew that they were not slaves. So this is how I acted out. So I'm Harriet Tubman, sis. Monday through Friday, I'm freeing people from the south to north every day, risking to die. After I get 1,000 people, I say to myself, you know what? I have to free 1,000 more. So I go back to free 1,000 more. So I grab one person, Pookie, and then I say, Pookie, come on, Pookie. What Pookie say, sis? Pookie say what?
What does Pookie say, sir?
Pookie say, I'm not coming.
Right.
So So what happens is you have a lot of people that look like you and I because they don't believe nothing wrong with Donald Trump is doing. They look like you and I. They believe there's nothing going wrong in Forest Park. So I'm speaking to the people that know that, look, this is time for us to come together.
Right.
And then when we come together, it starts from local elections. From local elections, if we could come together, then we won't be able to be discredited. We will know the judges. We will know the police officers. We will be here, the ones working. Forest Park is the largest city in Clayton County. Majority of that city is African Americans. There's no reason why we don't have representation.
Right. So, go ahead. Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're saying there isn't much representation, in office where we're concerned. What would you encourage people to do?
First, I would, wherever you are, get involved. It's easy to talk, but get involved. Within our city here, we don't have people that's involved because they just gave up. But I wanted to let you know that the system works. Through absentee ballot, I understand how Donald Trump came in and the voting machine was rigged. But do absentee ballots. If you want to run for office, run for your local office. Get involved, because at the end of the day, what I feel that people want to do, they want to say something, but they just are discouraged because why? They don't believe in the system no more. They don't believe that there's really a person that's going to fight for them. But I want to let them know that the devil is a liar.
Yes.
God said that the kingdom of God is taken by what? Force.
Right. Yes.
We could live an exceptional life on earth. The unbelievers, the people that are not saved, shouldn't be the ones that are millionaires and billionaires. We just need to go and get involved.
My question would be this. How do people get involved? Because I know people want to be active, but they just don't know what the steps are. How can young folks, middle-aged folks, how could people, all folks get involved? What is the step? Do they reach out to their local councilman? What is the step?
Every town, every city, every county, every state, every country has issues.
Yes.
If it's unemployment, police, brutality, or the main thing is human rights. Every county, every state, every country has issues. Know what your issues are, and everybody that you know about, or your family, you start talking to them about that. And from there, you form your group. You start going to these meetings, because in every city, every state, every county, there's always going to be groups of people that believe in what you believe in. And I just say, just start with a small group. Start with a small group that believes in you, and then you start going to the meetings where those groups gather in. And from gathering from those groups, then your voice is going to be heard. So what I used to do, because I used to work at a homeless shelter, and the homeless shelter, most of the people didn't have no ride to get to work, because during the morning we used to let them out at 6 in the morning. So it was a night shelter, and everybody used to tell me, look, they're kicking us out at 6 in the morning, and there's no bus transportation. Now, this is back when Clayton County didn't have no bus transportation.
Right.
And I felt bad, because I was like, okay, so they're kicking you guys out at 6 in the morning, and there's no bus system. So I'm talking about your parents, your mothers that had kids, and they have to walk to Atlanta. Now, if you know Forest Park, walking to Atlanta is not 5 miles. It's not 10 miles.
Yes.
And then, now, mind you, this was your faith base. And they used to come back to me, Antoine, this is not good. So what I used to do was, during the day, I would go and just, of course, go to these companies and try to bring applications in. But one of my main concerns was to feel like, okay, I know not giving them $1 or a bag of chips or a bag of food is going to solve the problem. How do I change this where it's not just giving them something to eat or giving, how can I change laws?
Yes.
So I started going to like city council meetings. I started going to county commissioners meetings because those are who could just implement laws to bring buses back. And from there, I started learning the process. And from learning the process, I got involved, and people started hearing me. I didn't come across, hey, I want to be elected, or I want you guys to vote for me. But I just came like, okay, there's over like 300 people here at this homeless shelter, and they want to work at the time, and it's still going on. Being homeless doesn't mean that you live in bushes. Being homeless means like you just lost a job. And from losing a job, you became homeless. So there was a lot of doctors, there was a lot of teachers. I seen police officers. I seen people with master's degrees. I seen people that just during that time they lost a job, and they used to talk to me. So I just got involved. So to encourage the people, just get involved. Just hear the concerns of what people around you are saying, and then go to your local officials and start going to these meetings, hear what their concerns is, and going back and just letting people know that, look, this is what you heard or you want to do. That's how you get involved.
Right. So, okay. So it was people on every level. You mentioned doctors, teachers, and so on. So it didn't matter what the background was. Many people were affected, but regardless of whatever you're saying, get to your local offices, get to those meetings. Now, do you have to be registered voter to be active?
You don't have to be no registered voter. You don't have to be not even a citizen. All you have to be is have a passion to want to serve and help. Because becoming a citizen is something after you apply for. But you don't have to see somebody that is being misused by the police to become a citizen. You don't have to see somebody that is homeless to want to get registered to vote. You just hear the concerns. So let's say you lived around here. One of the main concerns in Forest Park is how there's the police that's treating people unfair, which is true. Because what me and the chief of police is arguing about, because you have certain people that's going 2 miles off the speed limit and they get a ticket, but you have other people that's doing methamphetamine, which is a bomb, and they're getting off. Now, mind you, you go to court, 95% of the people are African Americans.
Right.
So that means Caucasians and other races don't do nothing wrong. That's not true. So that's one of the main concerns that people, and then it's dear to my heart because you have people that have mothers and they can't come see their mother because they fear from going 2 miles over the speed. That's not right.
Right.
It's not right where you come to work every day and you fearful because you color your skin, you'll get pulled over. That's not right. It's not right where a certain group of people is getting the jobs first. You apply, you got your whole credentials, but the HR manager already sees who you are in color and discredits you. That's not right. So I got involved in that. And if anybody's hearing me, look, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying separation is right, but I know fighting for us, when we fight for us, we more know how to fight for us. So if you're in these cities, in these states, or these counties, or these states, and you see these injustices, you get together because we all sing the same song, sis.
Yes.
We all sing the same thing, but we're just scared to come together and be like, look, this is not right. And they are doing that. They're coming together, they're meeting with each other, and they're talking about it and going and speaking up. But I thank God that where I'm at, there's people that's coming and they're being heard.
I've seen some of the meetings, and you're absolutely right. People are concerned, and people, they want a voice. They want someone speaking on their issues. And, to hear you going deep like this, I'm excited. But stay locked on, Councilman. All right, I'm about to go into a quick break. Listen, you guys, stay locked on. You're tuning in right here to Visionary Talk Radio. Don't go anywhere. Councilman Dabouze, Antoine. All right, and I'm excited about this and about to bring him back on in. Councilman, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Awesome.
Hold on, let me get to a better location. Hold on.
All right. So again, Councilman Dabouze. Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Awesome. All right. Let me ask you this question, sir. Let's wait on the councilman, y'all. Sound a little bit windy. All right. I can hear you. It's clear. It's quiet. You can hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. I have this question for you. All right. So we know election is coming up between October and November. All right. And we're going to touch on those dates in a little bit. Right now, there are some people who did not register to vote. Can they still register to vote? Do they still have time?
Can you repeat that question?
Yes.
I'm near where it got hit with hurricane.
Right. In one of the affected areas, y'all. My question to you is, because people want to know, some folks did not register to vote as yet, but they want to. Do they still have time to register to vote coming up October through November?
Absolutely. Voting doesn't end till October 5th.
Okay.
So you can register to vote till October 5th.
Okay, so they can register. So there's no cutoff date then?
There is a cutoff date, October 5th.
Okay. Oh, right. Because voting starts on the 6th. Okay.
Yes. So early voting is from October 16th through the 3rd. So once your application gets sent in after October 5th, it takes like 2 weeks to get processed, between 2 to 4 weeks to get processed. So the cutoff date is the 5th. So the last day is the 5th of October.
And then the polls, early voting, you're saying, starts October 6th.
Yes, so to get registered to vote, right? The last day to get registered to vote is October 5th. The last day to register.
Gotcha.
Once you get registered to vote and you get approved, it takes like 2 to 4 weeks. So we don't want to wait October 5th.
Right.
So today's September 15th. From the 15th to the 5th of October, you have the last chance to register to vote. So I encourage people, do not wait till the last day. So after you get registered to vote, you'll get a voter registration card from the state notifying you that you are registered. Now, once you get registered to vote, we have early voting, which is October 16th through November 3rd. Saturday voting, which I approved for us to go vote, is October 28th.
Okay.
So that's a Saturday. So we don't have to take time off from work. That's a Saturday.
Now let me, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
And then November 7th is Election Day, which is a Tuesday.
Awesome. Now, here's this question. Because you have some folks who are not citizens, but they are registered as, oh gosh, my thought just slipped me. I'm sorry, you guys. They're resident aliens. They do have their green card and so on. Are they allowed to vote in this cycle?
Okay, you can't vote unless you're a citizen of the United States.
Gotcha.
Now, I hate that, but that's what the law is.
Right.
So you have to be a citizen of the United States in order to vote.
Right. Those were one of the questions, that was asked of me. And I said it, but I was like, you know what? I'll still ask the councilman and have him answer that question. You want to be engaged, with what's going on politically. All right. So I would love for you to speak about your humble beginnings. You are a Haitian immigrant. Can you expound on that?
Yes. For those that are listening that might speak Creole, c'est haïtien mieux, mon mi parle mieux. Moi, j'ai fait 19. Basically, what I said that is, yes, I am from Haiti. I was born in this little northern town called Nibale on September 19th, 1979. I had to think about that because I feel like I'm 79.
Right.
Tell me about it. You know how that feels, right? You know how you 37, but you feel like you 8 or 79. So, growing up, no sanitation, and a lot of the waste, the trash, and it gets dumped into the lakes, and people actually take showers and do their laundry within the water system. And I could remember growing up where my mom, early in the morning, used to wake me up and used to tell me to go about like 5 miles walking down with a bucket on top of my head.
Right.
To go get water. Now, as a teacher, I'm also a teacher, sis.
Yes. Yes.
And as a teacher, I'm using my experience to educate the kids that well, let me not even speak about that because that's a whole different subject. But growing up, I remember walking down 5 miles to get a bucket of water, and by the time I got home, which is like 7 in the morning, most of the water will fall.
Right.
So the water that's coming home is what she cooked in. We took a shower in. We used to drink. We used to wash our clothes in. And that was what we had. So God put in my heart to start hope. And the thing that we do is drill water wells. So with one water well, it takes, one water well could serve 1,000 people, which is $850. And with $850, you could drill a whole water well that could save people. Now, this is where Jesus Christ comes in this. Now, if you study Haiti, one of the major things that they do is voodoo. Let me tell you how God comes in this. So what we would do is we'll drill a water well, and they know it's not the government or their next door neighbor doing it. Absolutely not. So what we would do is when we go there, so let's say we're going on a mission trip on Monday, right, sis?
Right.
So we'll send my brothers and his company $850. So the water well will be drilled. By Monday we come, he'll have the whole village. The whole village will be coming out, and us as believers, we don't have to preach a whole sermon. All we have to say is stop doing voodoo. Jesus Christ is the one that did this. I'm talking about voodoo doctors from witches will be like, yes, Lord. Because as you know, 75% of your body is made up of water.
Yes.
And they know, after all they can do from worshiping and doing all the devil, evil, witchcraft, they know this is not, Satan doing this. This is like another spirit. And we have, from the kids and everybody else coming to know the Lord. But I want to encourage people to be wise in who you give to.